If everyone is prepared, it's time to make our move. Our troops attacking the gates have been instructed not to force their way in. Before long, the enemy will notice as much and realize we're already inside.
We need to locate and strike down the rebel leader. That should put an end to the insurrection. Along the way, you may encounter suspicious agents. They are the true masterminds behind the rebellion, and must all be eradicated.
Got it. Now let's get going before those bloodthirsty monsters hurt any of the hostages.
I haven't been this angry in a long time. When is that man going to stop being a thorn in Her Majesty's side?
Ah, how splendid. But do try not to become so flush with rage that you make a foolish error.
Perhaps if you grew flush with rage every now and again, you wouldn't have the complexion of a coffin dweller.
Quiet, both of you.
You don't have to do this, Ferdinand. You can always stay back if you have doubts.
No. Fate put me on this path, and now I must walk it.
I fight for my land of home.
This war is ours to be won.
Enemy soldiers have breached our fortifications! To arms! Defend the glory of the Empire!
They've seen through our ruse already. Prepare to take the fortress.
The detachment is safely inside. We should wait to see how the enemy responds before we deploy them.
Start by seizing the inner ward.
Mercenaries are no better than common bandits. How could my father make a deal with such a pack of rogues?
Looks like this ain't your lucky day.
I should have expected an ambush. We used to play hide and seek here all the time.
Appears we have taken control of the fortress walls. Now we can move our catapults into position and attack.
Looks like they're here. And once we kill them all, we'll have more riches than we know what to do with.
Take this!
Somebody do some crowd control or something!
Unleash the catapults. Break our enemy's spirit. This is going well. Almost too well. Is iron truly so short-handed?
That barrier was formed with dark magic. We must eliminate the caster in order to pass.
They only delayed the inevitable.
We have the enemy where we want them! Unleash the arrows!
Felicity requires stopping.
One ballista seized.
This shady magic business just doesn't do much for me.
Begin. I am...
Unstoppable. You demonstrate your strength anew.
Out of the way!
To think I was entertaining the idea of letting you scamper away.
Possess a magic construct.
I give you the whiskey. I hope you like being roasted alive, because that's exactly what's about to happen to you.
To try and force me through this. The time has come to call upon our detachment.
A weapon of that scale is certain to be controlled by some kind of device.
You're done! I've been defanged.
They got him? I do not appreciate that. That's it! I'm going to rip you apart myself!
The enemy's here! Kill them all! Here it comes! Take this! You're done! Out of the way! Take this!
Bad news is that you're going to die. The good news is that you won't be alone. Hey, why can you know that power, huh? Who even are you?
Why don't you tell me? You seem to know more than enough about it already.
I feel no
Aggravating little worm!
Out of the way!
No, this is wrong. I can't die.
I never expected much from those shifty birds. And here I am, the cold embrace of the grave hovering at my shoulder.
Out of the way! Here it comes! You're done! Out of the way!
Well, we've smashed their little toy. Let's see what their next move will be.
I thought our victory was assured. How could everything have gone so wrong?
Help me push them back!
The writing is on the wall, but those fools would sooner perish than admit it.
You're done!
On the fire orbs! We'll rain death down upon them from above.
Those must be new. A little gauche, if you ask me.
They look real dangerous, though. Also, what's a ghost?
You're done! It's time. Conjure a magic shield to safeguard our comrades.
Pay attention now.
Your Majesty, forgive my lateness. The outer defenses only just fell.
On the contrary, your timing is perfect.
Is that Voldemort? Cursed. Why must he always show up at the worst possible moment and ruin everything?
Did my life even have meaning?
There is naught left but to resist with all our might. Help me push them back.
The writing is on the wall, but those fools would sooner perish than admit it.
Here it comes! Take this! You're done!
On the fire orcs! We'll rain death down upon them from above.
Fire orbs? Those must be new. A little gauche, if you ask me.
They look real dangerous, though. Also, what's a ghost?
Conjure a magic shield to safeguard our comrades.
Pay attention now.
Your Majesty, forgive my lateness. The outer defenses only just fell.
On the contrary, your timing is perfect.
Is that Voldemort? Why must he always show up at the worst possible moment and ruin everything?
I don't know how we made it, but we did.
My accomplishments won't mean a thing if I'm not still standing when the battle's over.
One particular man invariably springs to mind whenever I witness such military excellence.
Out of the way!
Here it comes! Take this! You're done!
Not quite.
I never should have come to this accursed place. My own luck. Out of the way! Viscount Fenya, Viscount Menya, forgive me.
I'm coming for you, Father. Give the enemy no place to hide. Seize every key position in the fortress.
The enemy is getting too close to Duke Iron. We must hurry to his side.
It's not far too late. Take this!
My name is Ludwig von Iron. see the Empire in the throes of a terrible sickness. And I intend to cure it or die in the attempt.
Now perhaps we can step about those who slither in the dark.
So, you come to claim your poor father's head at last.
I come to do my duty. No more, no less.
Will you not heed me, your majesty? This ideology of yours leaves countless good people by the wayside.
Yet countless more were already suffering prior. All I did was make a choice.
I will not falter until I see the Empire's glory and principles restored.
Time has moved on from you, Father. You cannot unwind it no matter how hard you try. How could you not see this? That is enough. There is no escape for you.
Go on then. I'll leave for you the final blow.
You leave me nothing. This was ever my burden to bear. Father! No, you are just a traitor now. In light of your crimes against the Empire, the punishment is death!
Send a runner to House Menya and have them deliver the letter I drafted. Also, take the soldiers under your command and begin investigating any magic constructs abandoned by the enemy.
At once, Lord Hubert.
It must be awful to end your own parent's life. Shouldn't you say something? You comforted Fleisch, after all.
Come on, Ferdinand. Let's get going.
No. You may continue without me. I would like to stay here a moment. Just a moment longer.
Hubert, we have a messenger from the Alliance, and I need to know where our Western campaign stands. Ferdinand, may I have a word? I thought I'd let you decide how to punish your father's followers now that they've surrendered. Furthermore, this incident has led to the end of Fenya and several other noble houses. We need to settle the matter of the next Duke Ire, and we need to do so quickly. So if you don't mind...
Is this your attempt at solace, Edelgard?
What?
I will punish the troops, and I will find a way to administer my father's lands. You can trust in me, Your Majesty. And thank you for considering my feelings in the matter.
I'm not there.
Wait.
This power will...
I must...
I never expected we'd have our hands this full after returning from Fargus. Still, we've managed to quell the turmoil and maneuver our way back to Enbar.
Due to the valiant efforts of Count Berglies and his Aryan Road garrison, the kingdom's counter-offensive has hardly put a dent in the western lines. I wager the reinforcements reached them in time.
It's a good thing we do not have to maintain a large military presence in Leicester. But of course, that was Her Majesty's plan all along.
We'd be up to our shoulders in trouble if we hadn't settled hostilities with the Alliance.
Do you think people in the Empire will be all right? I'm worried about the opera company, of course, but I'd also be devastated if anything happened to my friends in the capital.
The end result of all this was the complete expurgation of the Empire's remaining dissidents. In a way, we should be thanking them for handing us this opportunity on a gilded platter.
Adrestia deserves some stability for a change, so I think it's good that Her Majesty has total power now. With the opposing nobles wiped out, it's a breath of fresh air after the way things were under the old Emperor.
Lynn, think about who's here.
It is all right, Dorothea. I have moved on.
It's funny, though. I was sure my father would take part in the rebellion, but he just didn't. I mean, I feel like all he ever did was complain about Her Majesty, you know? I guess he was so scared of the church that he decided to stay holed up in Garreg Mach.
What is our next action, Lady Edelgard? If we are returning to the Western Front, I will have preparedness.
Fighting your own people sure takes the thrill out of battle. So let's go wall up the kingdom instead and put an end to all this. Who's with me?
All that remains is for Adrestia to claim victory.
And along those lines, I wish to present an idea. One last stratagem to ensure that we prevail.
We were successful in striking down Cronia at Fort Mercius. However, Lord Arundel, which is to say Talus, remains at large, and any schemes Solon may be plotting are so much conjecture in the wind. Still, his efforts in Rim territory effectively empowered the late Duke Ire to stage a coup. Whatever the case, he must have a very good reason for seeking to prevent the kingdom's fall.
But why would they help the people who are harboring the Archbishop? It makes no sense. Unless their aim is simply to prevent the war from ending by any means possible.
We know the kingdom's court mage, Cornelia, is connected to those who slither in the dark. They may have planted other associates in Fargus as well. If they already have the king's court dancing on strings, it stands to reason they would focus their attention on obstructing the Empire.
I agree the theory hangs together, but does that mean we should expect more interference?
We should, Your Majesty. Though I would at least like to think they no longer have anyone left who can act brazenly in the open.
And need we worry about our mercenary friend?
I was under the assumption that they had your implicit trust.
Absolutely, but not enough to purge all of the doubt from my heart. I once trusted my uncle, as well as the late Duke Ire, and he wasn't even replaced with a doppelganger. People who come in contact with those who slither in the dark are not the same afterward. How am I to trust anyone in a world where such a thing can happen?
I do not disagree, Your Majesty.
Yes, well, we must remain vigilant until the war is over for good and all. Although I wonder if we can rest easy even then.
We still don't really know much about Solon, Cronia, and Talus. I was thinking this would be a chance to learn about my power, or who you actually are. But, oh well.
Oh well. Is that all you have to say for yourself?
I mean, I'm still curious, but my attention right now is on the battles ahead. And hey, it's not like knowing the truth would change much for you anyway. Even if I am related to those slithering people somehow, it's not like I'd want to split up with you. Plus, I need to focus on getting ready to face the Ashen Demon again.
Now that's what I like to hear. It's incredible to see again just how fast you've matured. Makes me proud to call you my partner in destiny. Is this what being a parent feels like?
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, this war will be over soon, so let's do what we've got to do to see it through together. I'll be counting on you, Arval.
And I on you. So promise me you'll do what needs to be done.